Literature. English literature has a rich and diverse history that spans over 1,000 years. It has been influenced by various cultures, languages, and historical events, and has produced some of the most celebrated literary works in the world. Old English literature, circa 450–1066. The earliest form of English literature is Old English literature, also known as Anglo-Saxon literature, which was written in the Anglo-Saxon period in England. Beowulf, a heroic epic poem, is the most famous work of this era. Middle English literature, circa 1066 to 1500. The Middle English period saw the development of English as a literary language, influenced by the Norman conquest of England in 1066. Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales is the most significant work of this era, along with the works of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight and William Langland's Piers Plowman. Renaissance literature, circa 1500 to 1660. The Renaissance marked a significant change in English literature, with an increased focus on humanism and individualism. The works of William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, John Donne, and Ben Jonson are some of the most prominent works of this period. Restoration and 18th century literature, circa 1660 to 1798. The Restoration period saw the restoration of the English monarchy, and literature of this era was characterized by the works of John Dryden, Alexander Pope, and Samuel Johnson. The 18th century was also known as the Age of Enlightenment, with a focus on reason and rationalism. The works of Jane Austen, Daniel Defoe, and Jonathan Swift were produced during this period. Romantic literature, circa 1798 to 1837. The Romantic period was characterized by a focus on emotion, individualism, and nature. The works of William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, John Keats, and Percy Bysshe Shelley were produced during this period. Victorian literature, circa 1837 to 1901. The Victorian era was marked by an increase in industrialization, imperialism, and scientific advancement. The works of Charles Dickens, Emily Brontë, George Eliot, and Thomas Hardy were produced during this period. Modernist literature, circa 1901 to 1945. The Modernist period saw a break from traditional forms of literature, with an emphasis on experimentation and innovation. The works of T.S. Eliot, Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, and D.H. Lawrence are some of the most significant works of this era. Postmodern literature, circa 1945–present. The postmodern period is characterized by a rejection of modernist values and a focus on cultural relativism and intertextuality. The works of Salman Rushdie, Margaret Atwood, Jeanette Winterson, and J.M. Coetzee are some of the most prominent works of this era. In summary, English literature has a diverse and complex history, with each period reflecting the cultural, social, and historical contexts of its time.